Now, be clear, I have absolutely no problem with people wanting to identify with whatever they want, transgender in this case. I don't care. In fact, a friend of mine who is transgender just sent me a text. Hello, Catherine. Love to catch up someday with you too. But listen, there is another aspect to this, though. I love stories of people overcoming incredible odds to be the best at their sport, like Austin Killips, who on Sunday won the prestigious Tour of the Gila women's bike race in New Mexico. Now, that's Killips in the middle, the tallest one there. Now, what odds that she had to really battle to beat all those other women. I mean, Killips was born a man and yet still, unbelievably, was strong enough to win against women. Who could have predicted that? Born a man, but also still strong enough also to dismiss all those bad sports who said it wasn't fair to have a born male cyclist competing against women, and still generous enough also to be friends with the other cyclists.
Have you had any issues or, things personally you're okay as far as racing in the peloton?
I've got a lot of friends here, and I'm here because sport is community is a central part of sport, and I'm here to have fun with my friends.
In fact, it is amazing. What a coincidence again that so many trans women have somehow managed to overcome the physical weakness to beat women in cycling. Like Tiffany Thomas, for instance. Like Masters World Cycling Champion Rachel McKinnon. Like Emily Bridges and Lily Chant, who came first and second in last year's Thundercroft women's race in Britain. Or like Leah Jenis, I don't know how to pronounce her name, she's the big unit on the left, who medalled at America's Cycling Elite Track National Championships last year. Or like Gillian Bearden, another transgender woman who won a US Women's Masters title. Or like Joanne Lingwood did last year, or Sarah Stearns before them, winning gold, silver and bronze. What a coincidence. Joining me on Culture Wars is Rowan Dean, editor of The Spectator Australia and host of Outsiders on Sky News every Sunday at 9 a.m. Rowan, can you explain this mystery, how so many transgender women somehow managed to beat women in cycling? They couldn't possibly have some natural advantage, could they, when we were told they're really women themselves and you shouldn't be upset if they compete against other women?
Andrew Bolt, what am I going to do with you? I detect a note of cynicism there in your preamble, a suggestion somehow that perhaps these transgender women might have some biological advantage over the women they are defeating all around the world. Now, Andrew, I've tried to explain to you before, the modern science of biology is settled. It is settled, and we now know definitively that despite the fact you might be born in the womb and labelled as a male, you might be born 9 months gestating in the womb with every cell, every piece of DNA saying you are male, you are a man. You might then spend your childhood where every fibre of you, every muscle, every sinew, every cell in your body is saying you are male, and you are stronger, you are fitter, because you're going to protect women. Even though that might be the case, Andrew, the reality of modern science is the moment you stick on a frock or the moment you put on the lippy, all those biological advantages disappear, millions of years of DNA, cells, that all goes out the window, and you are playing on an equal playing field with the females because you now identify in your mind as a woman. That's the modern science, and it's settled, Andrew. And how dare you be cynical and suggest that there might be any other issues at play here? Although, on a serious note, Andrew, what I will tell you is that having interviewed women who are in sports competing with transgender women, the reason many of them do not speak up about this obscenity is that they are terrified to speak up, Andrew. They are terrified that they will be labelled transphobic. They may lose their position in their sport, the elite sport that they've worked so hard at. If they dare speak up, they will be attacked, they will be vilified. This is one of the greatest obscenities in the modern world, that we are allowing young girls, young women, athletes who have devoted their energies, their lives to try and be the best in their sport, and we're sitting back, the world is sitting back, mocking them, ridiculing them, and saying, oh no, blokes in a dress or a frock or a wig or a bit of lippy, oh yeah, they're women as well, they can compete, because it's so fair to them. It's abhorrent, and men have to speak up. I've got to say,
you know, some women...
And women have to
Some transgender women actually do undergo procedures, and they take testosterone-lowering drugs, and they do all, and you know, it's more than putting on lipstick and all that kind. I've got all that. But when you see this record of success in cycling of transgender women, you've got to think that the sort of rules they have, you must have no more testosterone than this, it clearly isn't working. And for the women who are born women, the results can be devastating. If you're third instead of first because you were knocked back a couple of places by transgender competitors, then you miss out on sponsorship, profile, etc. You can't make a career of it. And I don't think that is really fair.